cut open yesterday. But it's getting better, no?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So I have a few weeks where I can't play sports, but that's okay. It's cold and wet here right now, as I'm sure it's very cold there.
Yes, we have about 30 degrees below zero.
Oh my goodness, man.
Yes.
I've never been in temperatures that cold before.
Yes, and very huge snowstorms, so unfortunately connection was lost, and I returned to home to call you and record on camcorder your presentation.
Very good. Well, I'm sorry I don't look the most presentable. I've just woken up, but I'll try to straighten out my hair a little bit here for you. And
it's okay.
Come around and make it work. So let me know when you'd like, and I'll start in on the lecture.
Yes, we can start right now.
Okay. Well, thank you again, Krill, for having me and inviting me back into Russia, so to speak. I love your country, and the people there were so kind and friendly. One of the first questions you asked was the secrets to our making popular images. And you know, there's a lot of different things. I still believe that really 25% of your images make 75–80% of your income, and to try to figure out which those are is very difficult. So I think you just need to shoot, and as you shoot more, I think you start to see what your images are through your own sales to help build the next shots and your further shoots with more sellable images. But it's a work in progress. Some days I think I've gotten the best shots in the world. 6 months later I look at the returns and they just aren't as good as another shot I thought was not going to turn out well. So it is hard to guess, but I try to see what the buyer would need when I scout a location, and then I try to cast the actors to fit that environment, and then create images first in my head. I just write freely so that I can really just open up my mind, and a lot of those ideas get thrown away, but it's to give myself a chance to just freely see the space and visualize and put that on paper. And then I'll go through those, and I'll also then go in and research what the buyer is buying as much as I can by seeing my own sales from the past 13 years and what needs renewing, maybe refreshing in clothing style or technology. Also the same thing, researching the actual agencies. Definitely will go look. Most people say, well, there aren't any holes left in agencies. How can you find holes? Well, I think if you go through some of the major sales areas, you'll find a lot of images that are not so much holes, but need to be reshot, because we are photographing lifestyle, and it constantly is changing. So I think that's one way when looking for holes you can approach looking at agencies, is really for what images look a little out of date and maybe could be done with a little more life to them, or a better message, or something you see in them yourselves that you feel is missing. So after that, I am heavily art director when it comes to my models. I really have a picture in my mind by that point of what I'm trying to create. And so there's a lot of communication and a lot of laughter and a lot of happiness and a lot of joking around, but with an intention to guide them into a comfortable state of mind and make them feel at ease. So we are friends taking pictures of each other instead of myself with a model or actor. I always find the first series of images seem rather stiff compared to as the shoot goes on, we become closer and closer, and we're laughing, and it just, I find the brain always works its best when it's happy. There's no doubt the brain is known to be more successful and sharper and quicker when it's in a good mood. So I try to always keep that on the set. There's no stress. Even if people aren't getting it right, don't worry, we go on to the next shot, you know. The other part I think that is very helpful, let me know, Krill, if I'm speaking all too fast.
No, it's okay. I understand everything.
The other thing, of course, that I mentioned...
Отлично.